everyone. Today I've come on to show you a little haul that I've got. But first of all, I wanted to show you some of the beautiful Christmas gifts that I received from my friend Zoe and her daughter Jess. So Jess made me these lovely gloves. Aren't they gorgeous? They're so nice and they fit really well. They come right up my arm, keep my wrists warm and keep my sleeves out the way. And then Zoe made me this look. Isn't that beautiful? I absolutely love that. It brought a tear to my eye when she gave me that, because look how carefully she's glued everything on. Look, it really is stunning, isn't it? I'm so chuffed with that. I also got some little, let me see if I can find one to show you. Little things, look, for my glue bottles. So Zoe made all those. She even made the beads. Yeah, and I got that one and another one. And I got a little angel that Zoe had made, and that's upstairs in my bedroom. And that was just some of the gifts that she gave me. So yeah, that is my new Jay's Journaling sign. So that's going to stay there. And I'll show you some of the other things that I got. My niece bought me and my husband some games. My niece and nephew bought us some games, and then she gave me this little packet of gorgeousness. So in here I have got handmade things. I just love handmade things, and she's handmade me this little fairy journal. Look at that, like a journal insert, a little fairy one. Oh, they've come out of there, look, they go in there. And she said she spent ages doing it. Well, you can see she has. It's just gorgeous, isn't it? It's a little flippy, flappy little journal insert, and I'm going to make a fairy journal because my other lovely friend Bonnie bought me a fairy ephemera book that I can use to make ephemera with. And I've got the perfect size book to make my journal with. So look at all the goodies in there, look. Oh, I love that. So I'm all set to go with my fairy journal. Love, love, love it. And then, yeah, there's that as well. And look at all the cute fairies on it. Aren't they beautiful? These papers are so pretty. Absolutely lovely. Look at that. It says Rose Fairy. Then there's little things in there that you can write on. Then over here there's a pocket at the back there. Look at all the little tiny tabs she's put on. Look, there's a pocket there, and that is a little, look at that. May you have walls for the wind, a roof for the rain, and tea beside the fire. Isn't that lovely? I love that. And then it says magic is real. And in here we've got more goodies. Look at that, that's beautiful. And then we've got this, and this one says, may joy and peace surround you, contentment latch your door. How lovely, I love them. And then we've got some little bits to write on and little lovely bits to stick in my journal, look. Yeah, absolutely love it. It's so nice and all handmade. It's just beautiful. So there's that. And then I've got this lovely, she knows I love mushrooms, and she bought me this mushroom ribbon, look. How pretty is that? Well, fairies like mushrooms, don't they? And then I even have a special pen that I'm pretty sure my niece made that as well. I think Kerry made that. If she didn't make it, she bought it from someone else that made it, because it's just lovely, isn't it? Really love that. And then she gave me all of these brads, and they've all got fairies on them. All little fairies along the bottom there. I don't know where she found these, but they're just going to be perfect. They're going to be just perfect for my journal. Yeah, there's leaves, there's birds. It's going to be perfect. Thanks, love. Lovely colours as well, the pinks and the blues. It's going to be gorgeous. So that's that. And then I also got this little bag. She knows I'll use the bag as well. And inside there we have got some pretty flowers. Look at those lovely flowers. Oh, there's a little butterfly there, look. So I'll be able to use those in or on my journal, won't I? Let's pop them back in there. So those were my lovely gifts from my niece and from my friend Zoe. And then I've been getting a few things on Vinted, as you know what I'm like. I got this and I absolutely love it. It's a garland, but I'm not going to use it as a garland. I'm going to take the Santoro girls off the string because they're on this string lot. I'm going to take them off and I'm going to use them in my journal. There's these two, and then of course there's more than one of each, so I absolutely love them. I'm a huge Santoro fan, love that. And then I've been getting a few journals from the charity shop. I got this one, which I thought was really good. I like this one. It's got a lot of white writing paper in it. So it is a candidate for the fairy journal, maybe. It's a possibility. And it ties closed. And it has the pretty green wire. I may use that one. I'm not 100% sure yet because, yeah, I'm wanting it to be a bigger one. Then I got this one. This one was £2 and it's lovely. I really like this one. I like the writing space in it. I like that it's got, I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. Oh yeah, there's a pocket there. And then you've got lines for writing on. I love that. Love the lined writing papers. And then you've got some square ones like graph papers. Really, really love that. So that's a maybe, but I don't think it's quite right. I don't know. Anyway, then I've got this one that came today. I mean, this one is massive, isn't it? But I got it for a really good price on Vinted. And let's have a look at it. It does have a closure. It might, I think it's a bit too big though, if I'm honest. My idea was that it was so cheap that I could use the craft paper out of it. It does have a closure, which is great. I mean, it would be perfect size-wise for me because I could do all my writing on there, could put all my pictures there and write about them, my receipts and things like that. I love doing things like that. But I do think it's maybe a little bit too big, that one. I love it though, I do love it. And then I got this one. I got two today from Vinted, and I'm thinking I might use this one. The only trouble is the card inside this is black, and that's no good for a fairy journal, is it? So I'm thinking I can't really, I mean, size-wise, I think it would be brilliant. But yeah, I think I may go with this one and incorporate some of this lined paper into it. I could use some of that in it because all of the paper in here is white, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I think I might use some of these pages in this journal. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do because it has the tie closure, it has the pretty wire loopage on it, as I call it, and it's got the pretty coloured pages as well. So then some other things I've been getting from Vinted and from Temu, because you know I'm like, I'm always on flipping Temu. I got this set from Vinted. I actually got this and this together, and I really wanted this because I love this really sparkly, like, I can't remember what you call it, that kind of paper, but I absolutely love that paper. And then this, I sort of got this to help the postage be not such a jolt for just that. And then when it came, I thought, oh, that is lovely. It's got tweezers with it. It's got a pen with it to help you pick up your gems, and it's got all those pink and clear gems in there. And then in the back, it's got a little, it's never been opened, look. The tweezers still have their cap on them. Look at that, look, it's still in the paper. Yeah, wow, yeah. And in the back here, do you know, I had my nails done for Christmas and they looked lovely. I was really pleased with them. My niece did them for me. And usually gel nails peel off my nails within a day. And this time they didn't. They lasted 3 or 4 days. So for me, that was good. And then, so I had them on over Christmas, which was good. And then they came off and I stuck some on, some gingerbread ones. And, you know, they didn't even stay stuck on for a day. They didn't. I ended up putting them in the bin because they came off too quick. Anyway, I've ended up painting my nails now, so that's what I did. And then, do you know, I know Zoe gave me something else as well, but I can't remember what it was. She made me the most beautiful things, and I was so touched by the presents. I really was. She gave me this, she gave me the dangles, and she gave me a beautiful fairy, which I've got upstairs in my bedroom, and I'm going to use that up there. But I know she gave me more than that. But I can't remember what the other thing was. It'll come to me, it'll come to me. So, yeah, those were both from Vinted, those glittery things. These were from Vinted too, and these are little flat backs that I can use in my journals. Look at that, they'll be good in my fairy one, the little snails and bees. Yeah, there's little snails and bees and butterflies and even a little caterpillar. Look at these sheep, I love them sheep. I've got to make some of those into a ATC card because I think my friend Judy would like them. And then I've got some bumblebees and I've got some little pussycats. Yeah, isn't that cute, the pussycats? I tell you what we did get. Zoe's daughter Jess made us some chutney. Honestly, it's so nice. It is so nice. We've nearly finished it, and we've been hiding it when anyone else comes to eat. We've been hiding it so that it lasts longer. Yeah, it is so good. Oh, it's spiced apple chutney and it is delicious. Yeah, so thank you so much for that, Jess. We've really been enjoying that. And then as part of another bundle, I got these 2 buckles. I thought I could use them in a closure for a journal, so that's those. Then I've got so much stuff in here that, oh yeah, me and Zoe went to the charity shop the other day before Christmas, and we found all of these for 50p. Look, this is Blonde Moment embossing powder, ultra thick festive gold. So what you do, you use your embossing pen, like you draw where you want it to go. You put this on and you heat it up, and then when it's warm you put a bit more on, and you keep going like that until it's as thick as you want it. Then we've got Clear Detail, again 50p, and that will leave like a clear layer wherever you put that, and that's a heat embossed one as well, I think. Yeah, it says transparent. Directions: make impressions with slow drying ink, sprinkle powder over wet image, tap off excess, apply heat tool until powder melts. Yeah. And then we got these Tim Holtz Ranger inks. Look at that 50p each. So I got some and Zoe got some as well. Yeah, I like these sort of colours, and look at that, that's beautiful. Love that shaded lilac. So we sort of shared them. You know, I got ones that I hadn't got, and Zoe got one she hadn't got. I don't want to put them on there. So we were absolutely delighted with those. And then I mean, some of these things I have had for quite a while. Oh, I got my lovely card from my friend Kim at the Dollar Bis. Love that. Christmas card. I got, how nice would that be on the front of a journal? That's why I got that. I thought, oh yes, I love that. And there's more than one of them. And I've got these little wooden deer that'll be good for Christmas next year, obviously, because we're too late for this year. I've got little wooden bows because you can paint them, you can colour them with your acrylic pens. Yeah, they're lovely. I think they were about £1. I got these spacer beads, and Zoe said to me, why did you buy those? Because I've got spacer beads, loads of them. You didn't need to buy any, I would have given you some. So yeah, Zoe said she would have given me some and I'd already bought them. And then I bought some bits and pieces from a fellow crafter. I do every now and then, I go on to Vinted and find another crafter that's selling things, and I'll buy things from them, and that's what I did this time. I've got 2 lots. I think they're from the same person. But there's a pretty bow in that one, look. There's a little envelope, a little card envelope. There is a French, like ATC, well it's a playing card, look. Then there's this which says positive on the top, look. You can open it up. And inside it's got this. I've got this paper, I'm sure. And then we've got the little, it says miracles on there. Really pretty, isn't it? And I'm thinking I can use some of these pieces in my fairy journal. It's going to be made of the papers that people bought me, but I can put things like this in it too. That's an envelope, look, that's been made out of some paper, a long envelope like that. Then we've got, there's loads of lovely bits in here. There's that little envelope again with a little watering can on it. There's, look at that. Let new adventures begin. How lovely is that? I love that. I'm going to put that in the front of my journal, I think. Then we've got that, which is a little tag. We've got that, which is ATC size again. That won't fit in there, but it will go in other things that I'm making. This one, which says sweet on it. It's been made into a little envelope again. Another little bow there, look. They're pretty, them bows, aren't they? Just with a little pearl put in the middle. And we've got this one, which says remarkable. Again, held together with Velcro. And then inside there you get your pocket. There's cactus in that one, look. And then in there we've got a little notepad, look. How cute is that? Really cute. I think I could probably use that one in my fairy journal, because look at all that glitter and that on there. Then we've got that, which could be a little bookmark, or I could glue a little paper clip to the back of it. We've got that big journaling card with the butterfly on it. I like that. I've got this postcard. That's pretty. You can write on there, can't you? And that, use that bit as the decorative side. The same with that one, look. Really pretty they are. Another big tag. If I put a picture of a fairy on top of that, it'll be perfect. More bows, definitely using them bows. And then we've got more ATC size cards. That one says pleasure. We've got love. We've got still. And then we've got another little tag. That definitely will go in. And then a little booklet. Looks like a little mini notepad again, and that'll definitely go in my fairy one. So I will go through that again, and I will put some of them in my fairy journal. And then in here there are just some little notebooks, so that one can go in. I can put a fairy on that. That one can easily go in. That one can easily go in. You know, it just saves me making them. They're already made, and look at that. That one's perfect. I love that one. Absolutely perfect. So I've got my notepads already made, haven't I? So really pleased with those. And as I say, they were on Vinted again. Then I got, oh, these are gifts from my friends. Gifts for my birthday and Christmas from my friends. So that one, the Owl House and the Vintage Library are all from my friend Dale, and I absolutely love these books. And this one is definitely going in my fairy. I think they all could actually, you know, parts of all of them could go into my fairy journal. So really, really chuffed with those. They were gifts from my friend Dale. Then I got these. Look at these. They're nutcracker. And look at some of those backgrounds. This one will go in my fairy journal. That one will. They're just beautiful, aren't they? So it's Stamperia Nutcracker. So I've got two of the background ones and one of the scrapbooking. It's called Maxi Pad 22 single face sheets. So yeah, absolutely. So they're plain on the back, which is what I like. I like them white on the back because I hate the indecision of which bit you're going to cut and which bit you're not. You know, which side you're going to cut and which side you're not. So I shall be using some of these pages in my fairy journal. Maybe that one possibly, yeah. And then I may make a Nutcracker one at some point. I mean, I've got that many journals lined up to make. You'd never believe me if I told you. Honestly, what a blooming list I've got. Then today I got these from the range for half price. So there's the Christmas Highland Cow. They're all Christmas ones and they were around £2 each. And I thought, you know what? For that price, I'm going to buy them and put them away for next year. There's the gingerbread one to make cards with, to make a journal with, maybe a couple of Christmas journals. I could even make them throughout the year and then I'll have them ready, won't I? Maybe some of the papers will be okay to use not for Christmas. I don't know. Let's have a look. They're single-sided, but look at that. They're so cute, aren't they? I love that. I don't know why you couldn't use, you know, that first one. These ones have obviously got presents and things on. That blue one, you could probably use a couple of them. Gnomes and fairies go together, don't they? But yeah, aren't they lovely? Oh, I love them. Love, love, love. And then the gingerbread one. Look at that. I love that. So yesterday, when we were at my son's house on Christmas Day, he told us the lovely news that him and his partner were engaged, which was absolutely wonderful. It was really lovely news. I was so excited. And yeah, that was the brilliant news. That was our best Christmas present, was the fact that they'd got engaged. And then on his tree he's got an M. Well, he's called Max and his partner's called Maria. So, and my mother-in-law said, why have you only got one M? Or it wasn't my sister-in-law, it could have been my sister-in-law. So why have you only got one M on your tree? There's two of you. So I came home and made another M for the tree. But my son is moving to Poland to live with his partner. And of course they don't need loads of stuff to take with them. So yeah, he's busy emptying his house out, and yeah, he's very busy, bless him. So I think I did get some more double-sided tape. I got that from the range. They only had the one thing of it. I got some more Pritt Stick because I'm running out of that. And I've got another pack of paper. So yeah, that was my haul. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.